So welcome to Rockstars on the Rise Director Bound group. Woo! This is week number 4. So congratulations, ladies. You guys have made it. And I know that we are super excited to get through this last week and hopefully we're having a great August already. So let's go ahead and get started with the screen. Okay. Present. Okay, cool. So we are going to start off our call today with our success stories for the week. I know we had some shared in our chat already, like our group Facebook Messenger chat, but go ahead and drop them in the chat here tonight. What are you most proud of? And have you bloomed this week? So have you gotten out of your comfort zone? Is there something that you feel like you've done really well at that previously was challenging for you? And go ahead and drop that in our group Zoom chat. I'm going to pull this up on my phone just in case my speaker notes go away. While you guys are doing that. Okay. So recruiting, last week we talked about recruiting during a party with our Inform, Invite, Inquire. And so I wanted to see, did anybody start using that? Have you guys started to use some of those things? What are you proud of this week? Drop it in the chat. It's kind of quiet in there right now, ladies. Gonna call you out because there's only a few people on here. So awesome. Okay, so Melissa got 2 recruits this week. Jenna bloomed with being okay with no's. That is awesome. Once you can start getting over that fear of them and just keep pushing forward, that's great. So keep on. And then Chelsea, you're proud of the dialogue and continue to be okay with no's. You've bloomed with your confidence. I love hearing those things. And honestly, we all grow at different rates. Some of you are closer to reaching your goal of becoming a director. Some of you may have grown your team. Some of you are just getting closer to your goal of a really strong calendar and building that really strong personal business. So I want you guys to make sure that you're not comparing your success to that of others in the group, right? We don't want to compare. And my message to you this week is that we all bloom in our own time. So if you think about when gardeners plant flowers in the spring, some sprout and bloom in a matter of days, and others bloom in a month, and others in the fall. But they are all beautiful. So everybody's going to have a little bit different pace in this business and bloom at a different time. So that's something to remember. And it's just a process, and it's a beautiful process of just becoming. Okay, so we had national conference, and so I know that we've talked about this a little bit. Which scraper color do you want to be at National Conference 2021? So next year, the red is director, blue is advanced director, yellow is senior director, teal number 1 is, I guess that would be teal number 1 is executive director. Then the purple one is senior executive director, and then the last aqua color one is national executive director. So those are some things that I want you guys to start setting your sights on as you're growing forward. Where do you want to be about a year from now? Now, we talked a moment ago about comparison being the thief of joy and not comparing yourself to others. So like we said, we all have different growth in our team. We all have different growth in different areas. So I want you guys to drop in the chat, do you find that you compare yourself to others or their successes? You've heard some great successes over the past few weeks, both in the Rockstars on the Rise as well as in Director Bound. Did these encourage you or defeat you? And then I want you guys to think about, instead of comparing yourself and your strengths, what can you learn from those other people's successes? Did you learn something from other people's successes this past week? Were you able to take it into your business? So I'm getting some comments in the chat that it's made you work harder this week. You love the learning. I think that some people said that they still compare their successes to others, particularly in the beginning. And I just want you guys to really think. Every minute you spend wishing you had someone else's life is a minute that you rob yourself of the joy of your own life. Okay. So again, we all have different goals. We all have different dreams with this business. And so you want to look at what you can learn from others rather than comparing yourself to others. And then think about, did you feel confident about your strengths in one area that maybe others could learn from, and then discover there are other areas that you want to continue working on? Was there a strength that you discovered you had that others maybe could learn from? And really, we all have strengths and we all have challenges. And these strengths and challenges are things that we want to use with each other. And as you'll see on our director team in McGuire Movers and Shakers in particular, we band together as a team. And there are some people that are really, really good at some things and other people that are really, really good at others. And we're trying to take those strengths and put them together and learn from each other. Yeah, and Chelsea put, we are a puzzle. So that's really great. And when you keep working on those challenges that you have, that is part of the blooming process and blooming in your own time. And just being aware of those challenges is important. So stop caring what others do. Only care about what you are doing. Because if you're not doing anything and you're just thinking about what other people do, you're probably not moving anywhere in your business. So positive affirmations. I think I corrected this. Doing positive affirmations each day will keep the fear away. Okay, yes, I quoted myself on this because I think I came up with it. I don't think I've ever seen it out there. So it's like eating an apple a day will keep the doctor away. But doing positive affirmations each day will keep the fear away. So affirmations for success. These are some that are really great. My mind is free of resistance and open to the possibilities. Opportunities surround me and new ones appear every day. I believe in myself and my ability to succeed. I love what I do. These positive affirmations will help with changing your mindset. Okay? Remember, your brain isn't as smart as you think because your brain will believe anything you tell it if you tell it often enough. So what are you guys telling your brains each day? Are they positive affirmations or are they negative? Positive affirmations or negative? So we're going to do some positive ones this week. And they're going to be statements or phrases that you can continue to repeat to yourself about a specific positive outcome. Okay, and I want you guys to think about what has been holding you back from taking action. And then we're going to change that into a more positive statement. Okay, so let's think, maybe you guys haven't recruited this week, right? Okay, so what is a statement in your head that has, or what actions have you not done or inactions have prevented you from recruiting this week? Has there been fear in asking? Has there been not enough people that you've asked? Has it been maybe your wording and you get caught up on that? Has it been that maybe you have an objection and you don't know how to respond to it? I mean, maybe you're someone that is still struggling with getting parties. What has been holding you back from getting parties? What has been holding you back from doing the host booking challenge? These can all be things that might be holding you back. But let's just keep using the director example. Okay, so you want to think about what you need to do to get there. And so it's blank date, and I'm the director of a strong growing team that I am proud to lead. So I'm proud to lead, not leave. So I want you guys to start thinking about what your goal is. So if your goal is to promote to a specific level, I would say for me, it's January 1st, 2021, and I am the director, and I'm going to say, the executive director of a strong and growing team that I'm proud to lead. Okay, because that's my goal right now. I think Sarah's right up there with me, huh? December, that's what I hear. So you guys go ahead and drop your positive affirmation that you want to say to yourself with a specific date in the chat. Again, it may not be a promotion. I think everybody on here though wants to promote to something. So I would use that. So go ahead and drop in the chat what you want to say. It's X date, and I am the strong director, advanced director, senior director of a strong and growing team that I am proud to lead. Drop your positive affirmation in the chat. Okay, and I'm assuming you guys are typing them out as we're speaking. So I'm going to move on to the next slide and let you guys finish typing that part out. And as we get those things moving in, we're going to move to a little bit more of the business part of things. And these are going to be things that are going to help you continue to work towards your goal and help you take action towards that positive affirmation. So here we go. So recruiting by asking your host. So we talked about this a little bit last week, right? And I want you guys to really think about this. When we're asked to commit to something that we often don't know enough about, our immediate reaction is to say no. It's often because we don't know what it will involve or how it will benefit us. Have you guys ever seen that with when you're asking people to book or you're asking people to join the business? It's always like a no with an objection because they just don't have information. Do you guys ever do that? It's like automatic, nope, don't know anything about it. Yep. So it is super important to remember that that's a lot of times our knee-jerk reaction is to say no. Did you know that most consultants were hosts before they joined Pampered Chef? Were all of you hosts before you joined Pampered Chef? Melissa, you never hosted? Oh yeah, you didn't really know much about Pampered Chef, did you? Had you hosted before? No. Okay. Well, you're an outlier. But I think she's going to type in the chat and share. So let's talk about the approach to help hosts make the decision to join. Okay. Ask every host 5 times. And again, you may be thinking 5 times. That is a lot. That is crazy. But I want you guys to really think about why a host would join. And this is making it about them, not about you. Think about one of the reasons you think they would make a wonderful consultant. Think about how Pampered Chef could help them. I'm telling you guys, Crystal Verplank was my 5 ask, okay? She was my 5 ask host. So you just have no idea. If I would have stopped on 3 or 4, where would all the people be that her business has now touched? That how many team members she has. Melissa's on her team. she would have never met Pagan, who would have never brought Melissa into the business. Just think about how crazy that is if I would not have asked her 5 times. Now, again, there's ways to do this. You need to be authentic, and you need to understand how to approach it when people are saying no, so you're not that pushy salesperson. So, how to ask your host 5 times. Let's get into that. Sorry, I'm moving around some chats and stuff here. So Chelsea said she had her cheat sheet dialogue and wording, and she'd wait for them to say the but part. Okay, I love it. So asking your host 5 times. First time, we have it in our host coaching system. Before they start their party. I know it probably wasn't on your radar when you booked your party, but I could easily turn this into your launch party. You'd earn the host rewards and the commission, and I still do the party for you. I still run it for you. There's nothing to lose with that, okay? The second time would be after they have people invited and they start having guests, a lot of guests invited. So again, you got to think about your hosts and if you're asking them. If you have a host that only invited 10 people, you're not going to say, wow, you've already had a lot of guests join. You're probably going to work on host coaching them first and getting them to follow through and get them to have a great party and then go to this part, okay? Some of these 5 asks may not be appropriate at the exact timing that our host coaching guide says either. So you really have to read each situation, and our host coaching guide is exactly that. It's a guide. It's to help you with the majority, okay? But if you have someone that is following their host directions or they have started to invite people, I think that that's a great opportunity for you to say, you know, you already have a ton of people here. I would love to help you kickstart your own business and take the commission from this. Are you sure that you don't want to talk about becoming a consultant? Or can I share some more information with you about the Pampered Chef business without obligation? Or do you want to join a look and learn the Wednesday before your party starts to learn more information without obligation? Okay, because that would be a great time to do it, because you're likely asking them the Monday or Tuesday before their party starts after they've invited some people. As soon as the party, the third time is going to be as soon as the party sales reach the level that's required to earn a kit, that's another opportunity for you to share. So right now, it's $300 for them to get that first $25 level. In September, I think is when it changes, they're actually going to be able to get a kit credit at $200. Okay? So you would say, woohoo, your party just hit X amount in sales. Did you know that you have officially qualified to be able to get a kit credit to apply it to one of our new consulting kits? I say, this is the best deal in the catalog. And I may say something along the lines of, you know, I would be more than happy to help you try out the business for 30, 60 days. And worst comes to worst, you get tons of awesome product with the kit credit. Okay? So again, you tailor it to who you're talking to, but those are just some wording that I use. Number 4, your guest survey. If you are putting on there, would you be willing to host a party for your friend if they join the business? Or would you be interested in hosting a party? If you are starting to get parties booked, that is a perfect opportunity to say, hey, I already have 1 or 2 of your friends who have booked parties. I would be more than happy to give these to you if the business is something that intrigues you. And I can help you run those parties, or I can teach you how to run them, or I will coach you side by side when you're doing these parties. Have you thought any more about Pampered Chef? Or have you thought any more about the business opportunity? Or would you like to learn more information? Now on these, okay, so I'm going to backtrack a little bit before we get to number 5. If they have said no every other time, you need to acknowledge that, okay? I would honestly start off with, wow, I'm looking at your guest survey today and you have like 2 friends that are willing to book parties. I know that you have said you are not interested in becoming a consultant, but I would not be doing my job if I did not share this with you or give you the opportunity to take these bookings on if Pampered Chef intrigues you. Have you thought any more about the possibility of the company? But again, you have to acknowledge that they have said no or their objection previously. So if their objection previously has been, I don't have enough time, I haven't done well with sales in the past, whatever it is, that has to be the first way to acknowledge it. You can't just go straight into these asks. Okay, that's super, super important to remember. And then the fifth time that you can ask somebody is while you're closing the party. I know we've talked throughout your party about the Pampered Chef business opportunity. You've been an amazing host, and I can tell you really love Pampered Chef. I just wanted to offer the opportunity to you one last time to see if you're interested. Okay? And again, that is acknowledging it. If you're concerned about them saying no, after each ask, when they say no, you can easily set up a expectation that you're going to follow up again and say, thank you for your honesty. I understand that this isn't for you at this time. As the party continues, I will follow up again to see if you have any questions, to see if you're interested in the business. Okay, so you're setting up that expectation of continuing to ask them. That's always something that you can respond with if it's a solid no. Do you guys have any questions about that part of asking your host 5 times? You guys can unmute if you want or drop it in the chat. We have a small group tonight, so.
Okay, I hate using this chat on Zoom, sorry. Between all the trainings, like the coffee talk that we had to listen to, the national conference, everything, similar dialogue that I tried to use. Like I said, I tweak it to my own, but I literally probably just started using it more so this week. So I am confident in hopefully getting some more people. In addition to what they talk about after your host, look into the rock star guest. I sent something to a guest who has been a rock star, has yet to purchase anything, but has all this knowledge of Pampered Chef products. So I'm like, oh, hello. And I went to like something that I saw at a training before, I jotted down during a training to get the basic dialogue. So it's exciting. I think maybe I'll be lucky this week.
Yeah. Well, I love it. And you can always adapt these asks to guests, you know, to rockstar guests. You could be asking, you know, these guests a few times. Again, you have to create that information and that opportunity and that authentic relationship.
Yes.
At national conference, I don't remember who said it, but someone said, learn 5 details about 5 different guests at each party, right? And so that's a way to start building that relationship. And so if you're, you know, having trouble with the hosts and maybe just don't have hosts that are interested, offer the guests the opportunity.
Yes.
And I love using the word opportunity too, Chelsea, because it is a business, but sometimes business scares people away. Right?
Yes. I was one of those people like where, I would say, no, it's okay. I'll join the party if you're having one and I'll support you, but I don't know. And then finally I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity and I don't want to miss out on anyone because I would feel that I'm not doing my job if I missed out on giving an opportunity to someone to join.
Yep. And Melissa commented that she was a Rockstar guest recruit. So Melissa,
okay.
In the chat, how many times were you asked? She'll drop in the chat. I know she was probably asked a few times because she also had another business that she was working on side by side with it. So, okay. So while she's dropping that in, I know one thing that can hold people back from recruiting, and sometimes this is even just like subconsciously, is training and supporting new consultants. That can be scary, right? You guys are new yourselves. Everybody here, with the exception of myself and Sarah, are you in your year now? Your year?
August 25th. I'm
Okay.
almost there.
So she's almost there. So you guys, I mean, Pampered Chef considers people new consultants for an entire year. Okay. So that can be scary. You're still learning yourself. I've been in this business for 5 years, 5.5. And it was, I'm still learning things every day, but I think that you guys need to understand the level of support that not only Pampered Chef has for helping you train new consultants, but the level of support that our team has and your directors have for training new consultants. Okay, so use your Fast Track New Consultant Program in Dash. If you have not personally done it yet, you need to do it. Okay, and I will say and this is where I did not have Dash training, and so it is just amazing the little tidbits and these little snippet videos and how easy it is to watch those when you're getting started, and how much more motivating that can be rather than sitting down for 30 to 45 minutes trying to get through a whole training, right? It's awesome to get a little badge for watching a video for 3 minutes, right? And at least you feel like you're doing something with your business and you're learning each day. So here are some simple steps to help you get your new consultants off to a strong start. Okay, so invite them to our new consultant call that we have every Monday evening at 9 p.m. Us as a director team are rotating through who's doing these trainings. And once you hit directorship, we'll eventually get you guys in there. But these are meant to help you. It's meant for you not to have to do that welcome call every single time you have a new consultant. Okay. And then have new consultants complete the first tasks up to contact your recruiter in Dash before your first call with them. I have to check kind of when this is. I know that Dash levels itself, so they have to complete certain steps before it gets to another party opening, but you want them to complete some Dash videos prior to your call with them unless they're really struggling with technology. But at least then you can see some of their responses in Dash. Did you know you as their recruiter can see their responses? So if you don't, we can show you guys that, or maybe we need to do a happy half hour on that or some sort of training on that. Sarah, mental note. Use the Fast Track Success System, the new consultant checklist, and the call outlines in Dash during your coaching. So you guys can see these are in Dash resources, and you can put down the name of your new recruit, just general information. You have to ask them what their goals are, guys. We've really got to get down to the bottom of that, because you can't go in assuming that they want to be, that 16 party a month person. But they might be. Like if they're telling you, I'd like to make $500 or $600 a month, that's somebody that you're like, oh, okay, that'll help you guide them and lead them to different programs, okay? Fast Track rewards goal. If you have someone that says they want the knife set, then, yeah, Chelsea, yes, then that is where you really want to start looking at, okay, how do we get them to get to that knife set? That's $5,000 in your first 90 days. And that's, again, having an idea that they're going to be that rock star consultant. And then the welcome connection sent, different calls. You want to do some calls with them, particularly in their first 30 to 60 days. You want to keep that contact with them and use that system. And it can be a call. We recommend trying to get on a call, even if it's 10 to 15 minutes, guys, and to answer some questions. But if you can't, touch base with them via Messenger. Kind of plan that into your time blocking schedule for the week if you have new consultants for the month. And make sure that you go over the consultant checklist with them, and then just save their email, save their phone number, whatever to your contacts. So, Melissa, have them fill out a survey to what they want. You can't have them do that. Just know that in Dash, it literally asks them what their goals are. So if you can lead them to Dash first, that might help. But the survey might get more specific information that you're looking for. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Melissa has other questions. So, and that's okay too. That's another point of contact. And then again, invite new consultants to join any group calls or events that our team offers. So you might need to personally reach out to that new consultant for the first month or two, saying, hey, can you make it on happy half hour tonight? Or, hey, can you make it on our team meeting? In addition to that group message that they get, or in addition to the Facebook, because that'll help create that relationship with them, and it will help them know that you actually care whether they show up or not. That personal outreach, just like our guests and just like our hosts, makes a huge difference. But that's a way to start with supporting new consultants as your team grows. So let's start wrapping up our business here with a bow. Hold on, I lost my, so we want to really start thinking about focusing. The power of focus and the 3 aspects of your business. So we're going to take all 3 of these things, and that's going to give us our success and make it look all pretty with a bow. And we have booking, selling, and recruiting that, as you can see from this stool, are all super important for your stool to stay level. So what is one thing that you need to focus on this week and then this month? What area? You can drop it in the chat, A, B, C, or D. Maybe it's all of the above. I see some recruits. So while you guys are dropping that in the chat, I want you to tell me, what is one way that you're going to focus on that area then? What is one action that you're going to focus on this week and then this month? So for me, recruiting for the week is going to be about making sure I'm intentionally asking my hosts, okay? My recruiting for the month is making sure that I have my systems in place to keep up with them, to keep in contact with them, right? Because I'm not perfect. I still need to block schedule it into my system, into my calendar. I see some people putting sales down. So again, talk about what you are going to do this week to get some more sales, and then this month of how you're going to start working on that in the long run. So you want your short-term action and your long-term action. Awesome. So again, we really want to focus on the aspects of our business that we need to continue to grow in. So if you're someone that wants to boost your sales, how can you get more sales this month or this week? Feature the product of the week. This can be on your social media. This can be in your parties. It can be in your VIP page. It can be on your wall. Create a mega party and invite your new consultants to participate along with you. So if you don't have enough sales and you don't have yourself scheduled for your own party this month, do a party. Maybe try a 15-minute messenger party. Holy crap, guys. Those are pretty hot right now for some people that just don't want to spend the time to be on a party for a week. Or maybe because it's the middle of summer, so many people are outside and not checking Facebook all that time throughout that week, it's a little harder to stay in touch with them. It's a great opportunity to try it for the summer if that's what you're experiencing. And then challenge everyone on your team to host their own virtual party. Okay, so that again can be maybe a 15-minute messenger party. Maybe you guys do a mega party. Maybe you guys do a end of summer party, back to school party. Who knows what it is? But if you can challenge people on your team and help guide them with ideas, they are far more likely to participate and do it rather than just saying, hey, book your own party for the week. Okay, so if you can kind of do it together. Like Sarah, you were around when we were still doing some mega parties as an organization, right?
Yeah. And
it was a lot more motivating to invite people to those because you knew that you didn't have to plan everything yourself.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So if you're doing one anyways, then that is something to consider. Okay, so Melissa, you did the mega party last month. Do you have any tips on it? I know she's switching back and forth between chat. Melissa, go ahead and drop some tips in the chat on a mega party if you had anything. Okay, so forward thinking, if you were someone that said that bookings were an area that you needed to focus on, are you getting more bookings for next month to set you up for success? Are you fully booked for this month? Those are things to think about. How can you get more bookings? Follow up. You guys have that huge list. I am sure that you probably have not followed up with everybody on that list to the 3 and 4 follow-up time. And then offer a challenge to book this week. Okay. I mean, there's so many challenges out there. You could, like I said, in one of my big parties that I did myself, I did Christmas in July. If I had 10 parties booked between August, or between July and August, and they all held, I'm going to be picking one of those hosts away to give a blender to. Okay. I have a mystery host party going on right now, or I have a party under myself every month, some way, shape, or form, just because I get extraneous orders. I can get that blender for 60% off. It's not that hard. You guys can too. Melissa, you might have an extra something sitting in your basement. I know Sarah and I probably do, that you can give away. It doesn't have to be a blender. Maybe it's a new piece of new product. You know, if you got some free-for-all stuff, maybe there's something in there, a stone you're not going to use. It doesn't have to be that large, but you can give away something pretty nice or figure out how to put it into your host rewards yourself. Contact Rockstar guests from past parties. Are there parties that you missed getting Rockstar guests on? Or are there parties that you did maybe a month or 2 ago and you were not as confident with your systems, so you didn't follow up with guests to ask them? This is a great time to follow up with them and offer an extra gift to book this week. Rely on parties you have running right now. Okay. Now, again, creating the authentic relationships. 5 details about 5 different guests. Start having conversations with them. Once you start having conversations with them in the group, it's much easier to friend request them and start creating that following than just friend requesting all these random people. Have a reason to friend request and chat with them. And then host your own virtual party. Again, if you do a big mega party like we were just talking about, it won't only help your sales, but you have lots of opportunities to talk about bookings with customers and friends that you already have. Okay. And then recruiting. If recruiting is something that you need to focus on this week and month, think about what you're doing to recruit this month. We've already asked you, if you are not recruiting, what is holding you back? And recruiting, again, is not just about what's in it for you. It's about what's in it for them. So think about the wording you are using. And when you are offering the opportunity, are you making it about them? Do you know a detail about them that's going to help you share the opportunity with them specifically? So invite your hot list leads to our Look and Learn opportunity this week. Invite all your darn hosts that are starting this Friday to the Look and Learn this week. And it can be as much as, I'm inviting all my hosts to learn more about this business opportunity. Can you join me on Wednesday? You might be someone that says, maybe I just want to give a little extra gift to get them on there, because I really think if they see it, if they see more about the opportunity, they'll be more intrigued. Guys, a citrus peeler, a season's best. It doesn't have to be anything huge. When I did another direct sales company, they offered a free lipstick to anybody who joined the call. Okay, you can maybe guess what company that may have been. But, you know, something like that, where if you are looking, if you honestly don't have leads this week, think about things you can doing that are you can do, but they're not like a big chunk of money out of your pocket. That's not the point. Right? But you know there's people that once they get on that Look and Learn, they're going to really have their eyes opened. Reach out to family and friends to let them know how much fun you're having with the business, and ask them if they would like to learn more. You guys are new. You can still say, hey, I just started this business. I'm looking for 5 family and friends who would love to join me on this journey, who would love to try out this journey with me, this opportunity with me. It's a great time to do it. And then keep screenshotting your recruiting conversations and share them with your director. because I think you guys have probably all found some positive feedback this week to sharing with your director, different perspectives. And I mean, we still, Crystal, I, Linda, Sarah, Paige, we all throw stuff at each other and like, okay, how would you respond to this? And it's just nice to get different ways to respond. And I know that if you're someone that can't always do it on the spot, maybe create your own document of responses to different objections. Crystal has a running document. Do you have one, Sarah? A running document? Crystal will say, oh, I got to add that one to my list.
It's literally called, I think, like random notes, and all it is responses to like everything.
Yeah. So if you really like something that somebody sends you, there's a good chance that you're going to get that same objection in the future, and that you can tweak that response and have a really strong response to that again. So make sure you're sharing those objections or conversations, because again, they may not be objection, or they may not be no's, they may actually be objections. Okay, so again, we have a look and learn this week. Who are you going to invite to the look and learn this week? Hosts from your past parties, hosts from your current parties. Post a picture in your virtual parties with information. See if any guests want to join, right? That's something that you could add into your virtual party list. Incentivize it. You'll get a free gift if you join live on Zoom. Getting them there is half the battle, guys. Really, it is, because that's that initial no response, because they don't know what to expect. And chances are they've had a negative experience in the past, or and might just directly say no. They don't want to feel pushed into it. All in how you present it. And then if you have a fence sitters group, okay, so a fence sitters group is something that might be a list of people, it might be a Facebook group, it might be a chat that you ask them if you can add them to a group chat, that are for people that are the, you know, I'm interested, but right now is not a good time. Okay, those are people you need to keep in mind, and you need to keep them as fish in your pond, but you need to have a way to follow up with them. So you can offer them the opportunity to join every few months. So if there's something that you know that was holding them back, like they didn't have enough money, or they didn't like the products in the new consultant kit, or something like that, maybe they already had the quick cooker. Offering in September is going to be a great opportunity. It's switching over to a different kit. But it also gives you an opportunity to share look and learns and new information. Okay. Melissa, you have a host that has a kit credit but hasn't used it yet. So yeah, and that's a great point. Honestly, if you can get a host to even purchase a kit credit, they don't have to join right away. That kit credit is good for 6 months. So if it's not the right time, that is a way for you to really try to get them moving through the future. And if worst comes to worst, they use the kit credit and have some great products. Okay. And then continue with a strong month. Where are you in your quest towards becoming a director or promoting? Okay, so if you don't have enough parties on your calendar, you might need to focus on that, because if you don't have enough parties, you don't have enough leads for recruiting. Chances are you're in one of two places right now. You are either working hard to reach director level by the end of the month, or you're in a good place to hit your target by the end of next month. And guys, we've had people recruit 7 people in a month. Okay, actually 7 people in 2 weeks is somebody that holds the record on my team. So if you want to know how to do that, talk with Nikki Pugh. 7 people in 2 weeks. But what I really want you guys to think about is, don't decrease your goal. If you are not there yet, don't decrease it. Just increase the effort. If you have not met your goal in that time frame that you set, don't decrease the goal. Put a new date on it and increase that effort to move forward, because you set that goal for a reason, and you are worth every second of effort that you put into that goal that you made for yourself. And if you're still struggling with it, talk with your director about how to realistically do it and how to come up with the time frame to do it. I think all of you guys on here honestly have realistic time frame goals, okay? So I don't think anybody is like, I'm going to become a national executive director next month, right? That probably wouldn't be realistic. But it is really, really possible for you to say, I'm going to become a director by the end of this month. And if you don't have any recruits yet in this month, that's okay. I will have that come to Jesus talk with you mid-month, because this is the time that everyone's like, I'll just wait till next month. It's okay. I don't need to recruit right now. I can put it off another month. No, we will come up with ways to help you get there if that's what you really want to do. Linda had to have the come to Jesus talk with me. I had to have it with Crystal. So I've had to have it with lots of people. I think, oh, Sarah had to have the come to Jesus talk. What?
From you, didn't you?
Yeah.
You told me, and so did Linda.
So, yes, because it is easy to just say, I'll wait another month. But honestly, it is the hardest thing to promote that first time. And then you just feel so much better. So, okay. Melissa, remind me to help you with your host or that has the KIC credit. Okay, so now as we're finishing up here, it's time to start thinking about the next Rockstars on the Rise. It starts next Monday. Woo, woo! So I want you guys to think about, are there people on your team that could really benefit from the structure of the program? Even if their goal is not to promote or become a director, is there anybody that could benefit from learning how to get bookings on their calendar and following up? Because those are the fundamentals of the first two classes. Yeah, we put a number on it, and honestly, once people start seeing like the big picture, there's people that are like, I'm not promoting, I just want 4 parties. And then they go through that first 2 weeks of that program and they're like, heck yeah, let's do 16. So just start thinking about people that could benefit from the structure of getting the bookings and following up. And guess what? That's one less training that you have to do to teach them those skills, just by having them in this first 2 weeks of the program. What do you think would feel good, or sorry, who do you think would feel good if they knew this was by invitation? Now, we all know anybody can participate in this, but I go back to the point that people are so much more likely to show up to join if they get that personal invitation. If you have new friends and you're going, when we actually could hang out in person, and you're moving somewhere and you're joining this group, you're much more likely to show up if someone personally invites you and says, hey, can you ride with me, or do you want to ride with me here? Than if you just send out a mass message and say, hey, join us here. Okay, so who do you think would feel good if they knew this was by invitation? Chelsea, you felt so special and shocked. But okay, now I will tell you, Chelsea, not everybody gets a direct invitation. Okay, so a lot of times directors will go through their list of people, and they're going to definitely send an invitation to people that they think are more, that are showing more potential and who are really showing the skills, okay? But I don't want you guys to necessarily judge, especially if you have a small team right now. Let's say you only have 1 or 2 people under you. You got to start somewhere, right? Don't judge whether you think they're ready for it or not. Okay? Just invite them and give them a chance to say yes or no and let them shine. I've had people say yes. They did the first call. They said it's not for them, and that's okay. But they still got the information. Most of the time I'll encourage them, just make it through the week to get to the second call, so at least you can keep getting this great information for your business. But again, it's all about that rapport and that conversation. Who needs some accountability? Melissa is doing this month because she wanted to re-promote herself, and she's working towards being an advanced director. So Melissa's already a director, but she's doing it this month because she wanted the accountability. Sorry, Melissa, I just shared it. So, but that's okay. Like if there's people that have already done this program and just need the accountability in order to get those bookings on their calendar, this is the way for them to do it. Heck, you might need that next month. You might be saying to yourself, I'm going to do this again next month just so I have the accountability to get these bookings done. And then who could really use seeing the testimonial of someone doing this program and really taking their business to the next level? Those testimonials are powerful. They are from a variety of people that are coming from all walks of life and are doing all different things with their business. Amanda Ruiz, last week, she's not a director, but she had a powerful testimonial. She went from 0 in sales in June, guys, 0 in sales to almost 4,000. So that alone is a huge testimonial just for the sales piece. You just never know how people are going to relate. So something to think about. So drop in the chat, who are you going to invite to the next Look and Learn? If you don't have team members already, that is okay. Talk with your director and see if there's someone that maybe you can connect with that needs an accountability buddy that you could do the program with. Okay? So drop in the chat who you want to invite to the next Rockstars on the Rise program and let us know. Okay, call to action. This should begin working on your September calendar to maintain a strong personal business. So if you're getting a lot of no's for August right now, guys, just move them to your September calendar. If they're telling you no for August, say, that's okay. Guess what? New products come out in September, but make sure they're a strong no for that August date. Write out 5 affirmations for your business. Write out 5 affirmations for your business. We already did the recruiting at virtual parties. That was your coffee talk last week, wasn't it? I will send you a new one. We had to bump some up because one of them was missing. So disregard that one. Use your fast track, your new consultants program, and Dash to onboard your new consultants. And if you haven't gone through your Dash yourself yet, make sure you do that so you know what your new consultants are seeing. I know us directors could be a little bit, we can understand not always knowing exactly what everybody's seeing if we don't go through Dash ourselves. So it's super important to go through Dash yourself. And then we have a video from Stacy Itzel. And again, I haven't trained on this program in a while, so I don't remember exactly what this one's about, but we will get you that. But again, all these trainings are really awesome because they're meant to help you continue to stay motivated and hear from people outside of our team, just like you heard at conference. Send your new consultants to Dash for training. Invite at least one person from your personal team to join Rockstars on the Rise with you. And keep adding names to your list of contacts, hot list for recruiting, and follow-up list. So when you're asking people at parties, keep putting them on that tracker. Okay, those people count as contacts for the week. Don't stop tracking just because you don't have to track for Rockstars. Use that tracking system continuously. Okay, so that about wraps it up this evening. And I don't think I went over. Linda and I, I'll stop. Linda and I have this running joke about things going over, but thank you for joining us for the Rockstars on the Rise, and I'm gonna stop the recording now. So Linda and I have this running joke about Linda always goes over, but last week on our team meetings, she's like, I was done by like 8:50 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, we went to 9:04, which is unusual for me to go over like significant. 9:04 is not that significant, honestly. It's not that bad, but so that's kind of our joke. We made it by 9 o'clock. We did our hour time frame, even with starting a little late. So awesome. So we are done recording. Do you guys have any questions about the upcoming week? Any challenges that you want to address, like a personal one-on-one thing? This is the opportunity. We're not recording anymore, so we can help each other out. If you don't, you're more than welcome to hop off.
I don't have any questions.